Hello, and welcome to Under the Plum Bob podcast. Why are you laughing?
Hello! I'm
Like,
sorry. You just sounded
mentally,
so
I
peppy
am
from like the time that
asleep.
before you hit record until you hit record.
Well, since Vanity just exposed me, I'm like half asleep. Hi, welcome to the podcast. It's Melly with Team Llama.
Filling in, coming in clutch. It's Vanity from Cowplan.
Look, by this you're gonna tell it's not gonna be a normal episode. I'm exhausted, and Vanity doesn't go here, so things are
Mm-mm.
gonna go downhill from here.
Yeah, guys, first of all, I got a flu shot. So I kind of feel a little bit like, dog dookie. Um, and it's really cold in my apartment, so I'm wearing my giant comfy. If you don't know what a comfy is, you should totally Google it. It's like my favorite purchase I've made this year, and I made a lot of purchases because it's 2020 and we're all stuck in the house buying shit we don't need.
Oh, it's like a snuggie.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
It's so great. It's super long and it's all fleece on the inside, and like it has a hood. Oh, it's so
You're like a sheep.
great. But yeah, so it's gonna be an episode, guys. Is it gonna be good? We don't know, but it's gonna be one,
We'll
and
find
that's all
out.
we can ask for.
Honestly, with 2020 being 2020, your expectation should be low as it is. So you're welcome.
You're
We're making your day
freaking
a little
welcome.
bit better.
You get what you get, damn it.
So today we're going to switch things up a little bit. We're going to keep it like simulated, but like turn up the creepy part of it. We're going to read creepypastas.
So when I saw this, first I was like, what the fuck is creepypasta? And then all I could think of was copy pasta. And I was like, wait, is it copy pasta? What are we doing? So then I asked good old Melly. She told me this.
Creepypastas are basically horror stories that have been copied and pasted around the world, or the internet, not the world, which are related to creepy paste. What did you call them?
Copy
Copy
pasta.
pastas. It's literally the same thing, just with horror stories. And if you were like me and you lived on the internet as a teenager, you are very familiar with like Slenderman and like the Pokemon ones. Ooh, those were some good times.
So all I know about Slender Man is that those like two girls stabbed their friend, or maybe it wasn't a friend, stabbed somebody in the fucking woods and said they were trying to like make a sacrifice to Slender Satan or something. I don't know, but they stabbed somebody like 75,000 times. But that person did not die. They low crawled out of whatever forest they were in, found a person and was like, these fuckers stabbed me so many times.
Honestly, that girl deserves an award because I would have just like laid there and taken it, like accept death and
Like cut my hand on my fingers on a mandolin, and that hurt. And that was just like the tip of my fingers. I could imagine if someone was stabbing me. I would just be like, you know what? Can we just make this like a kill shot? Like, can you not stab me so many times? I have to feel each one. Like, just one shot, one kill me, okay? Like, I don't got time for this.
well, from what I've heard is when you're actually getting stabbed, it doesn't hurt because of like your adrenaline. But like if you live afterwards, obviously it's gonna hurt. So if you're gonna stab me, like make sure I'm dead because if I don't die and I die later, I will haunt you and make sure that you feel the exact same pain.
Just forever have ghost stabs.
Yeah,
What was that pain in my arm? It was me. Ghost stab.
the little voodoo dolls that you
Look,
like stab.
if I do come back, I told everybody that I know. Now I'm telling the internets. I'm telling the world right now. If I die, if anybody puts me in the sky with fucking clouds, and fucking angel wings, or puts me on a T-shirt, or the photo y'all put as me after I'm dead is some horrible, like, janky photo from, like, my horribly forgotten high school days, or before I knew how to do my hair or put on makeup. I'm haunting whoever was in charge of that shit, and I'm just going to loudly, loudly, loudly sing Mbop until you go insane.
That's scary, but I kind of want it to happen just to see.
And please be very, very forewarned. I don't know the words to Mbop, so it's going to be even worse.
I don't know that either. I don't know what that is actually.
You know, bop dooby da ba doo bop sleepy la ba boo bop chippy
No,
da ba doo.
I
Yeah,
don't know what that
yeah.
is.
That's all I know. It was like from Hansen's first song. When people
Who?
weren't sure if they were boys or girls because they had super long hair and very like very androgynous looking faces.
Is this a musical? Because I have no idea what
It's
you're talking about.
it's a group. Melly, how did you miss Hanson?
I don't know what Hanson is.
Hold on. I can't. Oh boy. This I they had their own Vivo.
A what?
You know, like on YouTube when like I don't Vivo was a thing for 2.5 seconds on YouTube. Don't make me explain it. I'm getting older
Okay,
as I'm
listen.
feeling older and more uncool as I keep talking about this, but
I was a sheltered child, so like when people like bring stuff up that people know, I'm just like, I don't know.
my parents just didn't care.
What the
They're
fuck
like,
is
"Are you
this? What did you
alive?"
send me?
I sent you Mbop.
Why does that little boy have dreads? The drummer has little dreads. That's
I think it's braids. Oh my
okay.
god.
This just turned into Melissa reacting to shit.
Oh, I'm crying. Oh no.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop because
You should. It doesn't get any better the longer you watch it.
oh god.
Oh, Hanson. Oh man. If anybody listening went to a Hanson concert, I need you to write in. And if there's photos, it's even better.
If you dress like that, also please send those pictures in because I have questions.
If you know all the words to Mbop without looking them up, also write in because I don't even know what Mbop even stands for. I don't know what that song's even about. Like, to be completely honest with you, I don't think anybody does. I don't think they know. Anyway, creepypasta. We have look, Vanity's on the call, so it's gonna be a tangenty train.
I'm not gonna stop it because I'm tired.
Mhm.
So
But I am too. Actually, I worked all day, and I have to work mañana. However, it's cool because I'm here for you. All right. So creepypasta. There are a few. I literally just googled creepypasta Sims, and
that's what I did.
I found one, and it was so funny though because like they were posting this stuff, right? There are 3 posts that they made. The best part are the comments, which I will also read after I read the creepypasta because the comments are beautiful. People are assholes.
Oh my god, on the internet, yes. In real life, also yes.
Also, yes. I was like, where are you going with this? Because they're always dicks. Come on now. But yeah, no, it was pretty funny. So, this one was done on a page, and I don't really know if I want to tell the person that did it, but also I don't know because I don't have a name on it.
Yeah, I saw that they removed the author's name on all of these. So
Well, there you go. So I just Googled The Sims Creepypasta as the first thing that popped up. We'll put a link in it too. Okay. So post number 1, March 16th, 2010. Where were you in 2010? I, March 16th, was in Maryland. Okay. So I'm gonna give this person a voice. They're gonna be a character, and I'm here for it because I'm gonna read the comments afterwards, and I feel like they have to have voices too. So,
okay.
did anyone else play The Sims when they were young? Ah, it was such a fantastic game. Wasn't it fun to have a wife slash husband, kids, a job, and a jacuzzi in your bedroom? Good times. Anyway, I have this weird problem with my game, and I was hoping one of you guys could solve it. So, I recently got the game off eBay for for £1.20. Is that how you guys say your money's £1.20? Do you say like £1.20? Sing a song of sixpence? Like, how do you guys say this? Anywho, There weren't that many bidders, and I was willing to pay a lot to bring back an old childhood memory. After I installed the game, I immediately launched it. Side note, wouldn't you do that? Like, why would you not? Anyway. After playing the tutorial to remind me of the game's controls, I made a sim. I called him David, and I gave him the Cancer personality. Which, for a second, when I first read that, I was like, wait, so he had cancer? But I forgot it's astrology. I was like super confused. Proceeding on. Then I moved him into a lot. I made him a cute little bungalow and gave him a job in the medical career. On the seventh sim day, I finally got him to marry a sim called Truce. Things were going well, and by the 11th sim day, my sim had 2 children, Matt and Lisa. Sounds about right. On the 15th day, David was in work and the kids were in school. Truce was the only one in the house, and her hunger levels were low. So I decided to make her cook dinner. Just as she was cooking, David arrived, and he went over to his wife to greet her, and the next thing you know, the oven was on fire. I mean, per usual. Upon being set alight, the flames instantly spread and engulfed Truce. By the time the firemen arrived, Truce was already a pile of ash. After the firemen extinguished the flames, a box came up saying that Truce died in a fire. I was frustrated by this, but carried on with my game. So far, we're sitting here like, bitch, this happens to everybody. Like,
Like,
install a smoke detector and
honestly.
move the fuck away. But it gets better. Strangely, instead of doing the obvious things, such as taking a shower, cooking a meal, etc., in free will state, all he would do is mourn. Duh, there's an urn there. Of course, if I were to command him to do something, he would do it, but then he would go straight back to mourning. The kids didn't do the same thing, though, and by the time it was night, I sent all my Sims to bed. At 0:36, which is midnight 36 for us Americans, I heard David scream. Do Sims scream?
I've never heard a sim scream.
I'm trying to, like, dude, Sims don't scream. But okay, go off. I set up the game to normal speed and went up to him. He was in bed, tossing and turning, and he was still doing that horrible scream. I set him as my active sim to check his activity. Instead of showing a picture of a bed and the word sleep, there was a picture of his wife. When I highlighted the picture, the word truce came up. I tried to cancel it, but I couldn't do anything other than watch him scream in his sleep. I haven't seen this before, and I was puzzled regardless. I felt bad for him. I mean, he lost his wife. It's natural to see him do this. Well, in real life, that would be true. But this is The Sims, and not real life. That was the end of part 1.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Your wife dies and you're just sad about it.
Yeah, but why is he? First of all, why is your Sim screaming? I've never heard a Sim scream. And what is he, like, screaming in his dreams? Like, what the fuck is happening? Anyway, post 2, the next day. Like, in real life, post 2, March 17th, 2017. Thanks for the feedback, but none of your suggestions have worked. The same thing happened today. Mourning all day and then screaming at night. I have noticed that when my sim is in the nightmare state, his fun, comfort, and social bar always plummet. I've also sent the guy who gave me the copy a private message, but he hasn't replied.
He's
He's David.
dead.
No, better yet, he's Truce.
Oh.
Post 3, March 19th. Okay, after this post, I'm closing this topic. I just can't take any more of this. So on the 18th day, he woke up and just sort of stood there, just twitching and shaking.
What the
What the
fuck?
fuck is wrong? I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Is
Okay.
this where Strangerville came from? Like the creators were like on creepypastas looking for inspo?
Probably. His mood bars were static, but when I commanded him to do something, the game would instantly cancel the activity. When the time hit 20 o'clock, 2000.
That's 8.
Nope, it's 10.
Is it? I thought 20.
Nope, it's 8. You were right.
Okay. That's how I like that's the only reason like how I could tell other times like 23 and stuff. Just 8 plus this whatever number it is.
When the time hit 8 o'clock. He started walking. Well, when I say walk, I mean he would stumble awkwardly as if he was freezing cold or being watched. He went up to Matt and grabbed him. Matt's his kid, by the way, in case you forgot. He screamed in horror as David dragged him to his bedroom and threw him on the bed. Okay. Mm, reserving judgment. My eyes widened as I saw David pull out a kitchen knife. He. Sorry. I'm just like playing this and because he's playing Sims 1. So I'm just playing this in my head, these pixelated fuckers pulling out their pixelated, real bad pixelated knife and stabbing
It's
a
just a steak.
child.
It's just a steak.
It's just a stick. It's not even like attached to his hand. It's like right next to the hand. It's just like floating in the air. Okay, my eyes widened and I saw David pull out a kitchen knife. He pounced on Matt and started swinging the blade back and forth into Matt's chest. Blood was being splattered in all directions, and you could see David pulling Matt's intestines out.
Oh.
Matt's scream was now a faint mumble. David stood up from the bed as Matt's body twitched and bled. Suddenly, I realized about Lisa. Where the fuck did Lisa go? When I activated her, the plumb bob went to the cupboard, and the activity said she was hiding. I saw David go for the cupboard, and he paused. Then the screen went black, and my game crashed. My desktop background had been changed to pictures of Matt and Lisa, which were in black and white. So I'm going to install the game now, and I just want everyone to, I want to thank everybody for their suggestions. I'm not sure whether I can ever play a Sims game again.
Did he get this like off the black market or something?
Was he even playing The Sims?
I don't recall having intestines in The Sims. Uh,
Ever? Not one piece of intestines, and never was there a action of hiding. And I'm gonna go back and just try to figure out like if he was playing The Sims 1 or not. Okay, from the picture that I'm looking at on next to the thingy, the picture is of the house that this person made. That is definitely Sims 1 because I remember that tile, and I am 99% sure that you couldn't do half of that shit in Sims 1, even if you wanted to.
Anything is possible in your imagination.
Imagination Station. Okay, guys, but the best part of this was the comments. Here we go. First comment 6 out of 10. Not too good build up, and the ending fucking sucked. Sugar Frosted Blood said, I like that the first post was my birthday. The rest of it, by the way, it sucked.
Oh my god.
uh, L Wigo 2009, what the fuck would I say? 2009 said, one word to say, bad. And then Aqua 111 said, the author had a slow start, slow build up, and then suddenly escalation, violence, gore, blood. Fuck yeah! Did the author change halfway through, or was the original author like, screw this, I can't invest more than an hour of my time into this story? Oh my gosh. I'm so oh man. And people are just like adding I don't like their name, so I'm not gonna say their name.
I'm looking at it.
But it says adding pointless violence and gore doesn't make your pasta any better, and the start of the pasta is also just another bought this game off eBay for fuck all and acts weird backstory. 1 out of 10.
He's not wrong.
Valiant Soldier says, nice pasta, but isn't Sims a simulation game, not some Grand Theft Auto kid stabbing game? Not the kid stabbing. Oh man. And then Ageless Animal 3 said, deep sigh. What? You don't stab people, especially children. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a child NPC before in Grand Theft Auto. It isn't so very surprising that you think GTA is a stabbing game, considering you have a Minecraft user picture. And they just go on.
Ooh, shots
Mm,
fired.
burn.
There are knives in GTA. What are you talking
Look,
about?
I played GTA one time, and I just liked. This is gonna sound so problematic, but I really like just pushing the sex workers out of the car while I was driving. That's all I did. It's literally all I did, and then I would run people over.
Oh god, please don't do that in real life,
Please
kids.
don't. Please don't do that. But that's what I did.
Have you ever like thought about like barrel rolling out of your car before? I've thought
I
about
have
it.
all the time.
I'm like, I'm gonna do it. This is the time. I'm gonna do it for real this time.
Like my intrusive thoughts aren't the best. We should probably. Okay, so final comment because this one made me laugh super hard. It's by MegaNerd18. They said, OMG, crying and screaming and intense gore. So scary. Seriously, there's so many of these stupid creepypastas with less plot than an episode of Dora the Explorer, and a lack of understanding of how the source material works. That's always good.
Why'd you have to drag Dora? What did she do?
Less plot than Dora the Explorer. I was like, well, you, you win. That was my first foray into creepypasta, and I don't know how I feel about it because this as a person like who has played The Sims from 1 all the way to 4 and knows how Sims work, even with extreme violence mod, which I don't think it was even I don't think you can mod Sims 1 like that. But then again, I don't know what Sims they're playing because they just said The Sims. Like they didn't even say which iteration of The Sims, which makes me feel like you don't even know what the game is.
I'm assuming it's gonna be the original Sim, but regardless, you can't do any of those things.
Any of them. And I've never played the extreme violence mod, but I don't know if you can pull people's intestines out. Like,
No, you could explode them, but you can't like. There's no intestines. You can't see anything.
right? Like, I'm sorry. What is he fucking William Wallace at the end of fucking Braveheart? Is he like yelling freedom on the bed as his dad's pulling out his intestines? Like, what the fuck is this? I don't understand. I don't like it. But that was the one that I found, and it was a
It was a thing.
journey. I don't know what kind of journey it was, but it was one of them.
I like the comments. The comments made me feel
The
better.
comments are what sold me, honestly. Because I stopped reading. I didn't read the last section of it before because I went down to the comments. And I was just laughing. I was like, I'll pick this one. That's why I was so shocked at the at the last section. It threw me all the way off because I hadn't read it. So when this man, and the best part of that whole thing was he was like, and then my game crashed, and my desktop background was a picture of Matt and Lisa in black and white. So the Sims game hacked your desktop background? They hacked your computer and just changed your desktop background. That's what the hack was for?
I give this creepypasta a 2 out of 10, and those 2 are purely the comments, not the actual story.
Yeah, I agree. My first little intro to that, and you know what? I'm gonna give it a 3 because it made me laugh. I don't think it was supposed to,
Yeah, it's not
but it
supposed to
did.
make you laugh. The whole point of creepypastas are like to not laugh.
Yeah, that one made me laugh. So I'm gonna give it a 3 for laughter, but then I'm gonna take away like half a point because I wasn't supposed to actually be laughing at it. So 2.5 it is.
I found the first comment that was left, and it says, honestly, IDK, but it's not possible for Maxis to do this. I guess someone hacked your game. Check if it's used. And then someone replied, dude, it's a creepypasta.
Dude.
Oh, God.
I feel like, bro, you're reading too much into this.
Seriously.
Oh, that was great though. I kind of want to read more creepypastas now, just because like in general for like just in life because that was just highly entertaining for no reason. It's like that area of when you get on like dark TikTok and they're like fucking
Oh my god.
scary
Okay,
things
so my
happening.
entire like what's it called? My for you page is literally all creepy TikTok. And I don't like it. I liked one video and then all of a sudden I'm on cartel TikTok, I'm on paranormal TikTok.
I don't know how I ended up on cartel TikTok, but I got there and I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What am I watching?" And then I also ended up on like cult TikTok, like former cult members talking TikTok. And Prison Talk.
Oh,
I've been
I've
on
been
Prison
on
Talk for
Prison
quite
Talk
some time.
too, and one of the ones that I saw, his lawyer got a hold of the TikTok and duetted the guy's TikTok. It was hilarious.
That is the best. Also, oh, but I mean, I float in and out of Harry Potter TikTok. I don't, because like a video will pop up and I'll like it, and then I'll see like a bunch of dumb videos and I don't want to be in part of it anymore, and then it'll pop up again. It's weird. My For You page is very weird on mine. Right now it's a lot of political stuff, and I don't know how that happened. And I was like, well, that's what we're doing.
I saw the one where the kids find the body in the suitcase before it went viral. And then I saw it
Oh
on the news
yeah,
and I'm like, "Oh, I saw this one." I'm so excited.
TikTok saw it first.
Oh, good times. Except not because someone fucking died.
Yeah, and then also those poor kids had to find it in there, but
I don't think they opened it. That's good. Because I would have been traumatized. I've stumbled upon bodies before and it's not fun.
I've never slept on a dead body, and I'm kind of glad about it.
It wasn't dead. They were alive. I thought they were dead.
Oh, one time, okay, so when I was in college for my second degree or whatever, we were standing on the balcony and we were looking over, and this college is located right in downtown. And I was like, that body has been like just laying there. It has not moved. And like, we took our class was a summer class, so it was like a 4 hour class, and we took a break at hour two. And when we went to class, he was there. And then 2 hours later, he was still there and had not moved. And we were like, oh shit, is he dead? So then we called like the campus cops to go like poke him. He wasn't dead. He was drunk and passed
Oh
out.
my god, that's kind of what happened to me. It was like 6 a.m. and I was picking up my coworker's shift, and then I was on the highway and I saw like a lump on the side of the road, and I'm like, that looks like a person, but it could also be like a couch cushion. So I pulled over just in case.
She said a couch cushion.
It looked like a couch cushion. But anyways, I walked towards it and I'm like, nope, that's a body. And like at this point, I didn't know whether the person was dead or not. So this other lady pulled aside too and she's like, is it dead? I'm like, I'm not fucking touching it. So she poked at the person and they woke up. So they were just really drunk, and turns out that they were partying last night, and whoever she was with tossed her out of the car in the middle of the fucking freeway, a busy freeway, and left her there, and she just slept on the side of the road.
What kind of friends toss somebody out of a car?
I don't know, but she didn't have any shoes or anything. So they left her shoeless, and she would not tell them like who she was with. She was protecting these people, and I'm like, baby girl, they don't care about you. Anyways, I don't know what happened to her after that. I went to work.
You're like, ooh, this seems like a lot for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go. Um, thanks for not being dead. Okay, bye.
That was literally it. As soon as I saw that she wasn't dead, I'm like, I'm late for work. Bye. And that's how I stumbled upon a body.
Look at us. Look at us stumbling upon bodies that aren't dead. At
It's probably a good thing.
least they're nice people who, cared to
That
check.
also pissed me off because that girl would probably like had been there for hours and no one bothered to stop. Like I'm blind as fuck. Like I can't see very far and I don't drive with my glasses. And I saw her. So what does this say about everyone else? Cuz
That, as we circle back to the beginning of the episode, people suck.
they sure do.
All right, read your pasta. I'm not prepared for it because, ladies and gentlemen, this one involves a mother trucking clown.
It does. And you don't like clowns. We've been over
I
this.
don't. Ava and I are not clown fans, but
Okay, this one's kind of long. This is the one that I like started losing my breath as I was reading it because it's too fucking long.
but I'm here for it.
We'll get through this together. This one is called Sunny the Tragic Clown. To this day, I honestly have no idea or explanation what, why, or how this happened, but I would never touch the game ever again. It has haunted me for the longest time, and I will never go back. To those who have never played the game, I'll try to keep the beginning description as brief as I can. The rest of you can have your nostalgic moments. If you've ever owned a PC to play games, you must be familiar with the game The Sims. However, if you've played the game enough, you'd know that it could also get a little too creepy for your liking. For instance, on random nights, a burglar would appear. When this happens, you can hear a very creepy, tense tone that gives you that tingling, shivering throughout your body as he creepily walks towards your property. Of course, if you've done the rosebud cheat, you'd have the burglar alarm installed in your house for sure, and it would go off as the burglar nonchalantly walked into the nearest door he could find. It's as if they don't install a lock for those goddamn things. Then, the police would arrive and arrest him. You then get a reward for apparently catching a wanted criminal, which is nice. The same creepy tone plays when your sim misses work or gets fired. In another instance, whenever a fire occurs, a tone similar to the burglar music plays, except it is possibly 3 times creepier. Then the firemen arrive, and your sim can help attempt to put out the fire. After the fires are out, the firemen just walk away like nothing happened. Your sims act like nothing happened either. That is, if nobody was killed during the fire. If someone was killed, the Grim Reaper will arrive and do this thing over the dead body. You can use your sim to beg to bring the dead back to life. If your sim is happy and has mostly green on the needs bar, you can gamble against the Reaper and you'll most likely win, thus saving the dead sim's life. If the begging sim has mostly red, the Reaper will turn him down and his tombstone will appear in the dead sim's place. Now that you have a gist of it, here comes one of the most haunting moments I've ever had in my lifetime. I really wish this would have never happened to me. It was winter of 6th grade when I was staying up on a Friday night playing The Sims. It must have been around 10:30 p.m. So I just needed to emphasize that it was nighttime. I forgot to say p.m. Okay. Oh.
It's not in the morning, guys. This is nighttime.
It's nighttime. Okay. I got bored with just playing with my rich, happy family. Okay.
Aren't we? Don't we all?
So I decided to go to my spot home to the miserable family that I created for fun. It was home to many tombstones scattered in random patterns. Just based off of that, and the fact that The Sims had names of people and kids I didn't like back then, you could easily tell what I had been up to.
I mean, didn't we all?
I sure as hell did.
Girl.
I still do.
Many a bullies died in that pool.
Looking at you, Brenda. Anyways.
Oh, how's that pool water taste, girl? That's all I gotta say.
Okay. So I'm going through The Sims. All of them have the red need bars. I decided to make those two guys fight and beat each other up. I made the one kid stay in an isolated room with only a bookshelf to see if he'd actually read a book out of cabin fever and other sick things like that.
Again, been there.
However, there was something odd about this particular sim who I would specifically torture to my liking. After a while, Sunny, the tragic clown, arrived to the house. He's basically a miserable clown that comes to your house if your Sims are too miserable for an extended amount of time. He spends his time walking around trying to do tricks that fail miserably, crying, coughing like a guy who smokes 3 packs a day, and pissing off your Sims. He just makes your life suck until you get rid of him. Now, he would be the worst victim to suffer under my wrath. Everyone would always slap him and insult him. I had the other Sims torture him like there was no tomorrow. I just thought it was funny. For every time I was waiting for a sim to complete a task, I would do something to make Sunny miserable. I even made someone who will call my actual name to come over just so John would slap him too. That's where you fucked up. You don't make yourself in The Sims and then.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. My sim self is only so that we can have team pictures. I don't play with that girl. She's not in any of my households because after I made her, I never placed her in a house because I'll be damned.
Eventually, every Sim started hating Sunny so much they would slap him, insult him, and even just flat out attack him without my command. Now, I thought that was pretty funny at the time. It got up to the point where I loved seeing Sunny miserable. John was able to attack him, and that's not normal because I created his personality traits. I gave him a full nice meter. Sims with a high nice meter only have commands which are courteous to other people, like hug, give gift, flirt, and compliment. Even so, I brushed it off, not bothering to think anything of it. Sunny became the symbol of everything I hated.
John, are you okay?
Oh god. I don't think John is
Like, is
okay
he
at
okay?
all.
Like, just do you need a hug?
It gets worse. At this point, my mom told me I should go to bed soon. I should have listened to her. This is where all the mayhem began, starting the worst mistake I've ever made. After a while, I got sick of messing with the clown and couldn't stand hearing him cry all the time. I did everything I could to try to make him leave, making the Sims slap him, insult him, and telling him to leave. Nothing worked. So I figured it was time to get down to business. I set up fireworks inside the house, launched the rocket, and let it crash down, which started the fire. The bone chilling music started playing. I had the doors taken away and timed how long it would take for all of them to die a fiery death.
Oh, fuck.
One of the women were the first to go as she started screaming and flailing her arms helplessly. Then, one of the guys who were caught in the spreading blaze. Eventually, the Sims started cooking and the fire reached Sunny, who also began flailing his arms and screaming. I felt a sense of evil pass over me as I gave my computer a morbid gaze along with a kitty sadistic smile. The same smile you'd expect a kid to have when he's burning ants with a magnifying glass.
I am so creeped out by this guy.
But another feeling passed me by alongside the evil feeling. Something just wasn't quite right. I've watched Sims burns before and they all flailed their arms in the same ridiculous way. This time, it was different. The Sims seemed to scream in no other way I've known before. The cries weren't as if they were being funny stepping on hot coal, but as if they were calling for help, begging for help.
I mean, they are on fire.
Begging and pleading like they knew it was I was there and was the cause of all of this madness. What really got to me was that they were screaming at a louder volume than I thought I had my speakers at. They were turned pretty low as it was, but I quickly turned them down a little. I had a strange feeling from this and a slight bit of fear, but I attempted to shake it off. Then, my time of humor was short lived. After I was apparently doing nothing to help them, the cries really invoked pain, sorrow, and suffering. Looking around the fire, two of the Sims had already fallen to the ground while the others were still flailing in vain. One of the two of the Sims seemed to be looking straight at me, calling for help. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought they were facing me because that's how they were facing before they were caught in the blaze. But then, as I skimmed across the house, there was Sunny. He too was facing me. He was different. Something wasn't right about him. He was flailing his arms like a maniac. He was screaming like the Joker, except much more sadistic and insane. The way he was shrieking and wailing kind of made me feel scared. Plus, it was so cold, I shivered a little. He was facing directly at me and giving me that creepy clown look, only this wasn't just any type of clownish look. This type of look that Sunny was giving me was a glare of insanity at its purest form.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What Sims iteration was this?
I'm
Just the
gonna
Sims. Do they never say?
no, but I think it's
Okay,
Sims 2. Is that the one with the clown in it?
I think so. Proceed on. I'll Google.
This type of look that Sunny was giving me was a glare of insanity in its purest form. I never knew if he was supposed to look like that, but he did. It was as if he was staring into my soul past the screen. His morbid face was still of disbelief, anger, depression, rage, and heartfelt hate. His blank, beady clown eyes were facing perfectly on line with me. Never have I ever seen such powerful emotion from a video game character, let alone many at once. Hell, I've never even seen someone in real life give me that type of stare. Then he just stood still, just like that. Like he was just standing at an idol, although he did not shake the evil look upon his face or the fact that he was being incinerated. It must have been a glitch, I thought. I hope it was a glitch.
You gonna die tonight.
Hmm. Just then, I heard a camera shutter noise. It was a screenshot camera going off automatically. It usually does that whenever something eventful happens while you're playing. So I clicked saved and clicked on my photo album to check what it was, and it was a picture of Sunny inside the fire. The caption said something like, "Got that darn clown," which I found to be funny but more eerie because of the situation I was in. There, in the photo too, he was doing that same exact death stare. It filled me with such a grim, creepy feeling that I clicked out of it right away. I thought about it and clicked on the photo album again to delete the photo. The game froze a bit, and then without warning, the clown photo sprung up again. It might have been me, but the photo appeared to be slightly zoomed in. I clicked the delete button and nothing happened. I got frustrated and clicked it again repeatedly. Then you could hear the clicking get slower for a second and stop. The game froze on me. At this point, I was quite freaked out. I was trembling. I could feel all of my pores bumping up against my clothes as a chill ran down my spine. I ducked under the desk, reset the computer, and booted the game back up. I then remembered that I completely forgot to check the time after the Sims died. It was 11:30 p.m. This having the willies, I decided to play the game again, but something was odd. There was no sound during the intro, and the color scheme seemed to have a weird tone. All the flamboyant colors seemed to combine into one and filter the screen. Every color was either purely red, white, blue, yellow, or green. I just didn't look normal. It felt like my monitor was going bad. The Congo music wasn't playing during the loading screen either, just blank nothingness. When the map appeared, I checked my speakers because there was still no sound. I turned them up, but still, nothing. For some reason, I decided to visit what was left of the family I just slaughtered.
Because you're a masochist.
Hmm. Congo music, I'm pretty sure is Sims 2.
Well, so I looked up Sonny the Clown, by the way. He shows up in Sims 1, Living Large, and then he doesn't show up again until Sims 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, 3 and 4,
He's in 4?
apparently. It's he was in Sims 3 as a deceased sim buried in Sunset Valley graveyard, and in 4 as part of the patch 32.
Interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. When I got there, there was nothing left. Everything was burnt and there were ashes everywhere. There were tombstones inside the mediocre building. I looked to where Sunny had died and I found nothing. Nothing but a painting on the wall was there. It was a painting at him that you could buy from the store. I really regret taking a closer look to see it because now I saw what looked like him in a much creepier state. It was depicting him in a dark shade. He looked as if he was staring someone down. I decided to play as my happy family to get it off my mind, so I go to the menu and click to go back to the map. Now, I have no idea if I got a glimpse of it or if it's been like this the whole time. I wasn't looking, but for a quarter of a second, I felt like the face of the clown in the painting glanced right at me in the eye.
In the eye.
In the eye. Getting another one of those chills, I selected my happy family. The house that I constructed for them was specifically designed to have very similar architecture to my actual house, if not exact. It was nighttime in the game. I even had the one kid turn on the cartoons to make myself feel better. But here's when the strange part started.
Okay, that none of that before was strange.
Apparently not. Just another day of killing Sims.
And them staring at you while they die.
The other kid decided to interfere with the cartoons and put on the horror channel. I kept trying to switch back to the cartoons, but he would just change it to the horror after 5 seconds. I just sent the kids to bed and everyone had to go to sleep. Time sped up since nobody was doing anything. Suddenly, a message popped up saying, 3 more days. And that fucking creepy ass burglar music blared out of my speaker.
7 days. Sorry, it's like all I could think of was the ring.
Maybe it was inspired from The Ring.
And that stupid videotape. Okay, go ahead.
It took me so unexpectedly and by surprise that I jumped back in my seat, making a huge thump. I forgot I had it that loud. The biggest shiver ever turned into a spasm of panic and fright. Next to the message was Sunny's face, staring at me straight in the eyes. I was so frightened I couldn't move or respond but stare for 2 straight seconds. My heart must have skipped a beat and it was beating faster than ever before. I took the mouse and clicked the crap out of it on the OK button. Of course, just my luck, the game froze and I was left to suffer through Sunny's face staring at me. I was about to reset the computer when the message finally went away. Thank God. I turned on the buy menu so I could hear some of the calming music, except the volume. I turned the volume down a lot. I couldn't hear it. It was glitching or something. Maybe the music wasn't working properly. Eventually, I went about my business as usual, doing everyday tasks while I still freaked out about the message.
Why are you still playing, bruv? That's a quick uninstall for me, but you know, I'm black. Proceed on.
Then, when I sent everyone to bed, that haunting message appeared again. The music didn't play at first, so I thought it didn't go off. It did. There was a delay just to fuck with my head and throw me off. It didn't scare me as much, but it still creeped me out. Nothing was different except this time the message said, 2 more days.
2 more days.
I got my CD player and played some Green Day to cheer myself up. Why Green Day?
And also, what year is this? You grabbed your you grabbed your CD player? Was it your Discman? Did you put it into your boombox? What is this? Proceed on.
All to my convenience, the batteries died in the middle of the song, Holiday.
Batteries?
That really didn't help at all. Still, I decided to push on. To this day, I don't know why I wasn't too deterred to press on, but I did anyways. I went to sleep quite restless, thinking too much. Maybe I just let the game go for the night and it won't go away.
Oh, so you let this shit play while you were asleep?
My younger brother was also addicted to the game, so I decided to ask him if he knew anything about it. I even accused him of doing it to mess with me. He just responded by ridiculing me, saying that I was just making it up to scare him. I believed him when he said he didn't know about it. Besides, I was kidding myself to think an elementary school kid could figure out how to do something like that, even before I could, especially not that well planned out. I also attempted to look it up online. All I found was BS. Nothing.
You mean you found this story?
Yes, we are him. This is us now.
We are John.
Yes. The next night of the game, which I was playing Saturday night this time, the same thing happened except the message said, 1 more day. The tense, spine chilling music blared out of my speakers again. How? I don't know. This time I had the speakers down almost all the way. The only thing that could make it more silent was if it was muted and unplugged the damn thing. I didn't bother to even look at Sunny's face, but from my peripheral vision, it seemed like his mouth was open in a very devilish way.
What does an open devilish mouth look like?
I guess like a clown smiling,
Like, is he just like mouth breathing?
I guess.
Because that's creepy to me.
It's a clown. Anything is gonna be creepy,
So
honestly.
someone just like staring at me while mouth breathing is a little creepy. Anyway, proceed on.
I looked out the window until the message went away. It really didn't help the game seemed to be getting me ready by displaying a clown on the TV, a random clown picture that I have no recollection of putting on my wall, and a bush outside looked like a twig. I mean, a wig. Sorry, not a twig.
Would it make just as much sense as a twig or a wig? It's okay.
Trust me, you'd have to be there to see it, or else you would have no God forbidden idea. This was a really sick joke. I was thinking, who could have done this? Why would they? I was only 12 years old. It's not like they could see my reaction or get enjoyment out of it, so why do it? Is it even a joke?
Time out. Time out. Did he just say his younger brother was an elementary school kid, and how is he ever going to be able to do this no, better than me? But you're also at 6th grade. You were also in elementary school.
Sixth grade is not elementary, it's middle school.
Oh, well, here's elementary school. Also, like, he is 12. This is a lot. You're 12 and you're that freaking vindictive and burning everybody and watching them die? Okay. Are you writing this from your jail cell?
Probably. I proceeded to go about my Sims' daily business when they woke up. I bought a bunch of new stuff for them and touched up a few things. I also sold the clown painting for $1 and replaced the TV. I tried to do everything I could to keep the clown out of my head. Out of sight, out of mind. Things looked a little up from here, right? Question mark. At this point, there came the worst and scariest time of my life. No other moment haunts me like this does today. In all sincerity, paranormal times like these are like a turning point in life. Bro, it's The Sims.
Where are you turning? What? You're 12. What the fuck kind of turning point do you have at 12?
Puberty, man. If you don't do it right, it just fucks you for life.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
A message popped up while everyone was still awake. This time, it wasn't burglar music that played, it was the fire music. It shrieked out of my speakers so loud because I wasn't expecting it. It struck fear into me as if I just got punctured by 1,000 needles.
This guy's alliteration is killing me.
Good killing or bad killing?
Bad. It's so bad.
My spine tingled so much, I was petrified. I might as well have hit rigor mortis. There it was, the message. It had Sunny's face on it again, which seemed to have a demonic smirk. When I read the message, I could feel myself turning pale. My body felt like it was shutting down from the neck down to my whole body.
How many times do you say body in that
I,
sentence?
I
How do you feel yourself turn pale? One. What does your spine tingling feel like? But if your spine is tingling, how are you also hitting rigor mortis? There's just so many
He's
problems.
12. He doesn't know
Well, he's not 12 when
anything.
he's writing this. He's 12 when it happened.
Okay.
Oh, maybe that spine tingling was not your spine, sir. You are 12. Maybe it was something else.
The message said, "There's nowhere to go. He's here." It really killed me to type that, let alone read it.
Traumatic.
I tried to click build mode, but it wouldn't let me. It was as if the burglar came and didn't let you do anything. I got my sim, his wife, to go somewhere inside the house where they could escape. Once I got them in order, I realized something. The kids were playing tag outside. Oh no. Oh god, no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. This is like freaking La Llorona all over again.
We just can't do like horror episodes together
This is
because
so awful, but it's so great all at the same time, and I have to know where this goes. Okay, go.
the next thing I know, one of the kids run away to the backyard while the other just stands and stares while his back is turned to the sidewalk. I didn't want to watch, but I just couldn't look away. The clown slowly creeped down the sidewalk. The kid just stood there like he had no idea what was going on. The clown walked until he was on line with the kid, then turned. He walked towards the kid and I tried to get him to run away or something. Anything that would get him the fuck away from that goddamn clown. I must have clicked the mouse 40 times per second. Nothing. Then, the most horrific thing happened. As if the clown was a burglar, he bent over the kid and the kid disappeared.
Into a money bag?
Perhaps.
Maybe. You know how burglars had that money bag? A little sack with the money sign on it. They put your whole fucking stove in there. That's what they did with the kid. Okay, go ahead.
Right when he disappeared, The burglar music shrieked. An image flashed on screen for a millisecond, but I couldn't make it out in time. Sonny was then holding a sack, just like the burglar.
I was right.
I couldn't believe my eyes. My jaw fell open involuntarily. I didn't even notice it because my body was so numb with fear and panic. I watched in horror as he walked after the other kid who was running around the house. To my surprise and awe, Sonny did the smart thing and went back to the other way where the kid was running around the house. There was no hope. The kid ran right into him around the front left corner of the house. He was too scooped up in a sack along with the burglar music playing.
Just gonna sell your kids?
Basically. We at Under the Plum Bob do not condone selling children.
We do not. Especially not taking them out in a money sack.
Seriously. The image flashed on the screen once again. I couldn't make it out, but I know for sure it wasn't something good or something I'd like to see. The clown then proceeded to not walk, but run out of the scene. As if it wasn't creepy enough, those Sims really run fucking fast in a jolly like motion. My other Sim stood in the house doing nothing until the clown from hell was gone from the scene. Then, all of a sudden, my Sim darted out the door towards where the kids were taken and started screaming in horror. An expressive speech bubble that symbolizes a loud noise appeared above each of their heads. Nothing was in them. Now, I've heard screams scream before, but this was different. The screams were blood curdling, despair inducing, terror striking, and very realistic. My speakers weren't that old, but they definitely could not have produced a realistic audio quality. It seemed like a small person was actually inside the speaker screaming at the top of their lungs. The Sims then began to sob and cry in their hands. Likewise, it was very realistic sounding sobbing. I could literally put the speaker under my desk and you would think that there's somebody sitting under the desk crying, living in complete purgatory. It's me. I'm under the
It's
desk
also
crying.
me. We're just wailing together like those little weird little like sea creatures in Little Mermaid in Ursula's lair.
Mm-hmm. That's us.
That's us screaming in purgatory.
The image from earlier flashed on the screen again, and I managed to press print screen just in time. God help me, if my timing was just a tiny bit off, I wouldn't have to see what I just screen capped. At this point, I was on the verge of tears. My vision was blurring, my lips were trembling. Mom's spaghetti. Okay, I can do this. I can get through this. It's fine.
You can do it. You can totally do it. You got this.
I was shaking violently, but I could not take my eyes off the terror. I was even whimpering like a scared baby. I lost it. I tumbled off my chair. I went to go play some music. I listened to some tunes and let out the longest piss I've ever had in my life.
Okay, in your room, or did you go to the bathroom?
I hope you went to the
And what does it
bathroom.
have to do with your being scared? Also, why do you use your default always to play music and not just fucking turn off the game? Control Alt Delete that shit and force close. But okay.
When I got back with my CD player in hand, my original plan was to quit the fuck out of the game. I was done with the crap. I didn't care if I had to play Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron for the rest of my life. I just wanted the fucking game off the computer. I got back in about 15 minutes. I noticed I hadn't paused the game. Touching my mouse caused me to scroll down just to see what was happening. There was only one sim left. That sim was the one with my name on it. The wife was nowhere to be found. None of their faces were available in the navigation bar except the remaining sim. He was just standing in the house, blankly at nothing. The music played again. The clown from hell was back, coming to get the last of what he started. I wasn't in the mood for taking this shit anymore. I had the sim call the police, then I walked out the back door and go to the left. Okay, honestly, typical people starting shit and then calling the cops.
Right? You caused this. You did this, sir. You set his fucking Freddy Cougar ass on fire, and now he's coming after your kids.
Not to mention, I muted my speakers for real this time.
As opposed to
Sonny
for
walked
fake.
into the house nonchalant, like he knew I was there. He creeped around the living room, dining room, the kitchen, and a little bit of the family room. It was like he was looking for him. After searching around and finding nothing for some odd reason, he decided to touch the TV, and it broke instantly. Then sat on the couch watching it like there was something on. After a moment or two, he stood up abruptly. It was like he just had a sudden thought. He proceeded to walk out the back door and go the same way my sim was. I quickly commanded the sim to walk to the front towards the back. The clown followed his track.
Why didn't he just leave the
Cause he's stupid.
lot?
Then came the worst part of the worst night of my life.
I mean, if this is the worst night of your life, man, I mean, you're doing pretty well.
Honestly. Since the architecture of the house is just like my actual house, the computer room is upstairs and in the back right corner. My sim was walking around the corner towards the back with the clown walking about the same speed. But here's the scariest part. Once my sim reached the back left corner of the house, Sunny was beginning to reach the back right. I heard something outside. I didn't dare to push aside the curtain, so I just listened. I listened hard. The whole time Sunny was walking around the back right, I could hear footsteps silently crunch on the ground outside the window. It was around what seemed like the same spot, too. When Sunny stopped to turn to the left, the footsteps sound outside stopped, and they too sounded like someone turning around. Then they just continued once Sunny started walking again. The footstep outside slowly faded out. I couldn't do it. I went crazy and absolutely ballistic. I force switched off the computer. I ran and opened the door to my mom's room crying while so scared. I leaped into the bed and under the covers in one motion and I could not come out. I started crying. Mom woke up but instantly concerned. It was too hard to talk at the time, so all I managed to say under my hysteric crying was, I'm scared. I want to sleep here.
Mommy!
I mean, wouldn't you do that?
I would have not played. I would have stopped this a long time ago. But go ahead.
The next morning, my brother was playing the game asking why I left the computer on without pausing. I stared at him for a second and then just walked away. Once he got off, I took the disc out and put it away. You have no idea how much I wanted to smash it into pieces and put it in the trash, but I would have gotten in trouble for it. But then I remembered how I screen capped the image. The computer was on all night, so I couldn't have forgotten to copy the image. I opened up Microsoft Paint and clicked paste. The image that came up was horrifying.
First of all, RIP Microsoft Paint. Second of all, did you say he force switched off the computer?
Yeah, I was about to point that out. Liar! You liar!
Lies! Okay, go ahead.
We're almost there. Almost there. If I can remember correctly, it was a picture of Sunny. He was standing on the same spot where he died. It was a closely zoomed in image. He had obvious smile on his face that showed rotting gingivitis ridden teeth ground into sharp points. It looked like the Stephen King's It clown. That was it. I deleted the image and took the game out.
You already did
But he
that.
already did.
You already did that. You put the game in a drawer or something because you can't break it because mommy's gonna get mad.
To this day, it still haunts me. I still question what it was. As Stephen King says, eliminating the word how is what really gets you. Such an unexplainable event occurred and baffles me. Why did my speakers go off even though I muted them? Why did the footsteps stop after I turned the computer off? Why did Sunny decide to mess with my head? Hell, why did it have to be after I tortured him for so long? I guess some things can only go so far until they snap.
Well, you already answered your question in the second to the last thing that you said. Also, you never muted your speakers.
That's what I was gonna say.
You never muted them fuckers. You just kept turning them down low. So this is your fault.
If you've ever wondering what happened after that, here's something I find really strange. I logged onto the game about a couple years ago, and from what I remember, all the houses in the game were wiped clean as I've never built a house or did anything there. It was a bit unsettling looking at an open field, which once the domain of the house I created, all but left. There was an eerie graveyard in the place of the house I used to torture The Sims. I have never touched the game since. I never even bothered to get The Sims 2 when it came out. So it's The Sims 1.
So it was Sims 1. First of all, you know why you had no saves when you logged in a couple years ago? Because you probably don't have the same fucking computer that you had when you were 12 and playing The Sims 1. So you don't have those save files, you fuckface.
I think we established here that logic is not like
Logic left so long ago.
the end.
Wow. I love people are like, please write a sequel.
We don't need a sequel.
Yeah. No. Can I please read this guy's review?
Yes.
Okay, so Laz Nuka, whatever. He said, honestly, pretty weak. The grammar was good. You lie? I actually used a text to speech app to read it because I was a bit busy. But if I could not, the few things I really think you'd work on: one, your story progression needs work. I agree. Two, the plot elements are good, but the plot twists were horrible. I agree to the latter part, but no, the plot elements, all of it was bad. Three, look a little further for a picture next time instead of one that showed up many times on Google. I mean, okay. Pick a more identifiable age than 12. Yes, we've all been 12, but no one really remembers that age. Stephen King, whom you mentioned, once said, you should either make lead characters under 10 or above 15. No one remembers the non-developmental stages between your childhood and puberty.
Okay.
True. Number 5, the ending really needs work. On the whole, not bad, but needs improvement. Start studying the works of H.P. Lovecraft. I am cackling.
Also, a lot of his like plot lines kind of fucked up his other plot lines, like the whole disconnecting the fucking computer and then the computer was on all night. What was it? Pick a story and stick to
Pick
it.
a struggle, sir. I can't. And also, but at least understand what you're saying. Like rigor mortis, and then spine shivers, and then fucking paralyzing your neck down and your whole body. From the neck down is your whole body, except for your head. I just pick a struggle. Pick a struggle.
Okay, I had to Google what rigor mortis was because I didn't know.
It was when your body, like, after you die, whenever rigor sets in, is the first thing when that goes, oh, like your body's frozen. And then after that, it releases itself after a certain amount of time. That's why they can tell how long you've been dead or how long you've been there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this guy is, look, if he wrote this when he was 12, I'd give him like 2 snaps and a hair flip. But I'm pretty sure he wasn't 12 when he wrote this. So I'm going to give this one 1.5 stars because, again, I laughed, but I wasn't supposed to.
I think I'm gonna give him 3 stars only because he had the right idea, but his execution was bad.
Like, I was gonna give him 2, but it was the laughter that knocked him down again. Sorry, you made me laugh too much.
In conclusion, don't fuck with clowns.
Ever. Oh man, that was this was rather entertaining. I am not gonna lie.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. No one else likes to like do these things with me, so
I no creepypasta is great, and I am a fan. I'm definitely a fan if I can roast it at the same time, which is what we did. So
if you have any other Sims creepypastas, please send them our way.
please,
I would love to laugh at them.
same. Especially if you wrote a creepypasta. I mean, I'm not gonna make fun of you if you wrote it and sent it in because I'll feel bad, but at least tell me I can make fun of you because then I'll totally do it. But yes, this was highly entertaining. If you find some like really awesome ones that won't make me laugh, send that
That'll
over too.
actually scare us.
Yeah, I want to be scared. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know if a Sims creepypasta can make me scared because it's a fucking video game. And it's a Sims game that you're adding elements to that don't exist. So it automatically makes me not believe you.
So I tried looking up some on Wattpad. Wattpad? Wattpad.
I don't trust Wattpad. I refuse. I'm too old for Wattpad.
Well, that's the thing. They were all porn. And like I don't want to
What the
read
fuck is
about
Sims porn?
sim porn.
What?
There's definitely a kink side of The Sims.
Oh shit, I'm crying. What the
Should we
fuck?
do a NSFW Sim episode?
I I kind of want to. I kind of need to know what this y'all need to sit down somewhere over here writing your Sims porn. I don't king shame, but I'm still judging you. Judging you so hard. All right. It is now late o'clock, and I have to go eat my dinner. So do you have anything? We have any Jerry Springle, Jerry
Pringle.
Springer final thoughts?
I don't think so. Thank you for joining me on such a short notice.
It's totally cool. I'm down. I never get to record with y'all, so it's fun. So if you want to send us your creepypastas, by the way, you can contact us on Instagram and Twitter at PlumBobCast, on Reddit on PlumBob Podcast, which if I think there's like probably Reddit like subreddits of creepypastas for The Sims. Just send us those. We are under the PlumBob Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr, which you'll probably will find more creepypastas on Tumblr. And then you can go to our website, which is undertheplumbob.com, and you can do the contact form to email us, or you can just fucking email us directly at undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail.com, and you can send us your creepypastas, because that's fun. And also, just a little housekeeping, to make us like known to other people, you have to like rate and review, because when you rate us, just how many stars you rate us, it doesn't count. It counts, but doesn't count. The reviews are what count. So if you rate us, make sure you also plop in a review. That's really applicable to Apple Podcasts. Pop in a review and be like, man, never make your sim self, because that's how you get almost killed like John. Whatever. We don't really care what you put in there. It's just for the algorithm. But it helps us become, go up on the charts, because apparently iTunes charts are what people look at, iTunes and Spotify. But we're all everywhere else. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, Pandora, whatever. We're there. But Spotify and Apple Podcasts are the review sites that matter for reasons.
Just math stuff. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's
We
stupid.
have
Don't
a
worry about
person
it.
for that. We just get the numbers from her.
Yep. And I got my recording, and so did you, from creepypasta.fandom.com.
Hmm.
So thanks to that site for existing and still having a post up from 2010 or something, because that's fun.
The internet is forever.
Keep that in mind, youngins. The internet is forever. People will find the shit you did, and they don't care how old you were. They'll still find it.
And then drag you.
Drag your face. Snatch a wig. All right, but I think that's it. So thank you guys for listening. You guys are amazeballs, and we love you. And don't forget to save.
Save your game.
And the Rona is still happening. So wash your hands, wear your mask, and hydrate. I think that's it.
I think that's it. I think we're ready to go back to the real world, which
Whoop
for me
whoop.
is my big. I'm
Same girl.
tired.
So, okay, bye.
Bye.